welcome back to Nat Snacker's Yard as Nat Snacker's Yard goes to overflowing, and the next project's in, and it is a Sinnis 125. So it's a 125 Chinese bike, more for content interest than my own, it has to be said. I don't think there's anything in comparison with everything else in here, but it's a nice simple cheap bike. It's apparently got charging issues, so we're looking stator rectifier et al. I have had a slow tick over from it earlier. There we go. But the second you give it any revs, it just bogs out. There's some weird electrics going on here, full stop. So if I have engine on, a whole load of turnover, nothing else. I have engine stop. It's just all a bit weird. There's a definite fuel leak kicking through as well. That just overflows straight away. It's not too bad condition rust wise. Obviously it's got the instant rust exhaust. It's going to need a fair bit of work. First things first, so I mean, I don't think that carb's ever come out, let alone be clean, which would explain why it's bogging out quite so quick. So yeah, that will be first job. And die. Yeah, it's not in too bad nick, to be honest, but it was nice and cheap. Should only be a couple of weeks worth of work. Brakes don't look too bad actually. Drum brake at the back, got a fair amount left on it as well. Lights wise, what we got? So I've got, it's on my jump pack at the moment because the battery's in. It's a bit of a dump at some point or another. I imagine it's had a few. What was I doing? Lights, that's right. So side light, full beam, happy. Right indicator, lift, try a bit of brake action, turn it off because that noise is annoying. Yep, brake on the pedal. Don't think there's anything there on the, there was nothing on the front brake. (50-50), forgot these are the right way round or not. Oops, can you see what I'm doing? This just looks like they've come undone. Let's try that again. There we go. Oh, yep, the light under the license plate or above the license plate is fine. It looks like a CDI to me. Might actually be an alarm. Don't think so though. Yeah. So I think first things first is just to let me just can't use swine. I don't want to pull too hard because the tabs on these Chinese body parts are terrible and they do break. Yeah, I think first things first is just this. Is that called a pig? Yeah, get that carb off and have a look because it looks pretty hideous. Yeah, cool. All right, cheers all. Okay, so it's the next day. I've had the carb off. Obviously, the fuel tank's off, fuel filter's off. I did discover what is probably the source of the power drain is a shitty alarm, which I don't have a key for or anything else, so that's going to have to come off. But let's see what a carb clean has done to it. So gave it a douse through, chucked a few bits in the in my ultrasonic cleaner as well, just to try and dig out. It wasn't that bad, frankly. Can't be bothered to put the whole filter on. This is rock solid. The well, it should be a rubber mount, but that's now rock solid, so I might have to replace that. I might get away with it, I don't know. I'm not going for an expensive build on this, it just needs to be something that runs, I think. So engine off, because it only works when the engine's off. Sort something out there. A little bit of fuel that's slowly spilling on my floor. Right, I might have to quickly plug in my other charge because that one's crap. This is my considerably better one. Contorting myself around a full garage here, and I'm working right at the back of the garage, which probably isn't a good idea with a running engine, but I won't be running it for long if indeed it runs at all. Right, my little jump box hasn't been on charge, and it gets blooming cold in this garage. I've got lights on, I've got everything else. Just not turning. Alright, off you go, off you go. Motor on. Charger slash jump box on. Power on. Let's give this a go. Oh, it's a beast. It's not a bad idle considering there's no air filtering on it. Right, so what? So I have a working engine. I just got to work out all the charging stuff now. That'll do me for the day. I will catch you later. Cheers. Right, so a little bit of investigation later. I've come to the conclusion that rather than try and unpick an alarm and immobiliser that I don't have the fobs for or anything else, it's probably easier just to get a new one. And a damn sight cheaper. That's like a tenner, I think, and it should be here by the weekend. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is hopefully leave the wiring as it is and hopefully just plug in a different one. So when the bike's done, it will come with a alarm slash immobiliser slash electric start, etc, etc. Now all the electric start stuff, I think if this did have an electric start, which it probably did because it looks a lot like what I've ordered, it explains to me some of the whole weirdness on the engine stop, because I've had that before on a previous bike that I had. Yeah, cool. Right, that'll do me for this one. I think I might upload these through a few videos. A little bit of variety, a little bit of something a little bit different. Well, I suppose actually something a little bit more normal when I've been doing more abnormal stuff. But yeah, it's always nice to piss around with a 125. It's just so much simpler, and everything is so much simpler to get to than it is on some of these big old bad boys. Right, cheers all, I'll catch you later.